All right. See if this works. Just gotta wait for YouTube Studio. Getting good readings so far. Hey, there we go. Wow. Compared to my last attempt, it took only 20 some seconds for everything to wake up. God. Sheesh. Wow. All right. We're ready to go. Love to see it. What's going on, everybody? Crazy dog. Back with my second attempt. You guys saw what happened in my first attempt. I damn near wanted to throw my computer out my freaking window. But we here. It's time for my athletics series recap and my Orioles series preview. So, of course, I'm just going to get right into this stuff, right? We're not going to spend a lot of time on these 2 games of the 3 because I streamed them. So we all saw it was fun, to say the least. Slade Ciccone on the mound against J.P. Sears. And for about 8 1/3-ish innings, Slade was cooking. It was looking like he was going to go a complete game. Something we haven't had since 2022 when the Biebs did it. Shane Bieber. He was looking like he was going to hit him with a little extra Slade action, you know? A little bit of extra Maddox action. Yeah. He was going to Maddox the freaking A's. That would have been tough. But he ran into a roadblock. He even said in the post-game interview with the press, he admits, I think he thinks he was a little amped up, a little too juiced up, because it's the first time he would have done it. So, yeah, a little too overeager. Tried to be perfect, and it damn near bit us in the ass. Because they scored 3 runs in the 9th, Class A had to come in and seal the deal. Keep in mind, too, this entire series, we didn't have Stephen Kwan. So right away, we're up against it, right? One of our best hitters is out with a wrist injury, and yet this dude decided to play in the All-Star game. And that didn't really go well with Guardians fans. Yep, when we heard that Kwan was probably not playing this series, that rubbed us the wrong way. It's like, really? This dude played in the All-Star game with a bad wrist. Something always happens, right? But I'll say this, Slade was great. 8 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs. Most of those coming at the end, of course. 2 Ks and 2 homers allowed. 3.84 ERA. Class A came in, gave up a hit, and got 2 Ks to round it out. J.P. Sears, 4 innings, 6 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, 2 walks, 5 Ks, 2 homers. Both teams are hitting a long ball in this series. Yeah, the ball was flying everywhere. J-Rod hit his first career Major League homer. Took him, over a year to do it. We saw him in spurts last year. But yeah, he's been bad in this series. This was not a good series for him on defense, but at least he had that home run to look back on. So he homered, and then Martinez singled, bottom third, making it 2-0. David Fry would homer, 2-run shot, making it 4-0. And then Santana sac fly made it 5-0. This is all in the first 3 innings. And then to put a cap on everything, Brian Roque had one in the bottom of the 4th. And then they would respond with a Brent Rooker solo shot. Water is wet, of course. And then Nolan Jones would end our scoring with an RBI single in the bottom of the 5th. After that, the A's would score 5 unanswered runs, courtesy of a Nick Kurtz RBI single in the 6th, a Shea Langoliers homer in the 7th, and a Brent Rooker RBI triple in the ninth, followed by 2 doubles by Shea Langoliers and Miguel Andujar to cut it to 8-6. Class A came in, shut him down. Yeah. Well, after the Andujar, anyway. Yeah. Yeah. So overall, solid game. Ciccone 5-4 now, 3.84 ERA. Sears 7-8, 5.13 ERA. Clase got his 21st save of the year with a 2.86 ERA. So good stuff out of Slade and Emmanuel. So now, going into yesterday's game, of course, Logan Allen against Luis Severino. We all saw what happened. The Guardians offense took a day off. Yeah, let's call it that. They took a day off. I mean, after all, they had scored 4+ runs in every game since they went to Houston. That's 8 straight games of 4+ runs. Eventually they'd hit a roadblock, and unfortunately for us, this roadblock was named Luis Severino. The only runs the Guardians would score came on a Jose Ramirez 2-run shot. I think that's now his 4th homer against Severino in his career. Guardians would actually be up 2-0. Then, of course, in classic Guardians fashion, Logan Allen goes out in the top of the 4th, and before he can even get 1 out, he gave up back-to-back doubles to tie the game, and then an RBI single from Andujar to give them the lead. And they wouldn't look back, as after that, Langoliers would homer again, a 2-run shot in the 8th, making it 5-2. Keep in mind, this was with Nick Enright on the mound. Hey, Steven, I know this is your old team. Why are you selling with a 1-run deficit? Man, this dude only brings in his power arms when they're tied or they're winning. He doesn't bring in Cade or Hunter when they're losing. Nope. When we're losing, just forget about it. Bring out the punt arms. Wave the white flag. Really? No hate towards Nick Enright, but come on, really? Was it really necessary, right? We got him for 1 1/3 innings, and then 1 2/3 of Colby Allard, after we had already gotten 2/3 of an inning from Matt Festa. But after Langoliers homered, that would be 5-2, and then they added a few more, courtesy of a Jacob Wilson 2-run shot, and then a Nick Kurtz solo shot, making it 8-2. Severino only got his 3rd win of the year, but keep in mind, all 3 wins have come on the road. See, he's the definition of a road warrior. I think he's 3-2 on the road or something like that. But yeah, he's pretty good on the road. 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks, and a homer from Severino. Logan Allen, not great. 5 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks, 4.06 ERA. So, yeah, okay. It is what it is. Severino's now 3-11 with a 5.10 ERA. Logan Allen's now 6-8 with a 4.06 ERA. So that's it for the games that I did. So then today, we had Gavin Williams, a.k.a. got on base, except for J-Ram. Wow. I've said before, J-Ram is the engine to this team. You mean to tell me this team scored 8 runs and J-Ram had no part in it? But crazy enough, of the 12 hits, 6 of the hits came from the bottom of the order. J-Rod, Schneeman, Wilson, Hedges, and Rocchio. all amassed 6 hits combined. And they also totaled 4 runs. No, I'm sorry, 5 runs. 5 of the 8. RBI wise, only Hedges and Rocchio drove in runs from the bottom of the order. The top of the order, Martinez and Fry drove in 6 of the 8. So it was like the 8-9 and the 1-2. Wow, who would have thought, right? The heart of the order didn't do shit. Santana, 1 hit. Nolan scored a run, drew a walk. J-Ram, this is a game you'd probably want to forget. Fry, though, 2 hits, 4 runs, 4 RBIs. Martinez had a solo shot, 3 hits, 2 RBIs. And again, this is without Steven Kwan. Man, crazy. It's classic, right? People are like, oh my God, this lineup sucks. They're not going to do anything. They'd come out and get 8 runs. I keep asking myself, too, when the heck was this offense like 3 or 4 weeks ago in June? Do you realize where we would be if we had this offense during that stretch where we lost 10 in a row? We'd be right up there with the Tigers because they stink right now. In fact, they're about to play against the Rangers. So I'm going to put that game on. They're not playing so hot. But now there's going to be an interesting choice for the Guards if they keep this up. Again, 13 games, or now it's 10 before the trade deadline. I said 9-4. They're 2-1 already. And you got to remember, they have 4 against the O's, 3 against the Royals, and 3 against the Rockies. Out of those 10, if they go 7-3, that's cool with me. Because I already know they ain't sweeping the O's. They damn sure ain't sweeping the try-hard-ass Royals in their crib. And they might be able to do it against the Rockies, but yeah, we'll see. But Gavin Williams, best game of the year for him. 6-4 now, 3.54 ERA. This is like a glimpse into what he could be if he could just limit the walks and attack the zone. He has nasty stuff when it's working. He just has to key in on it, lock in. Because, man, he could be that dude if this keeps up. My God. Springs is 8-7 with a 4.18 ERA now. Yep. But yeah, David Fry. Best game of the year for him, too, in his short stint since he came back. Got us on the board with an RBI single. The Guardians had, like, how many innings where they had back-to-back hits to start an inning? I mean, it's crazy. Fry, RBI single, 1-0. Austin Hedges, bottom second, RBI single. Coming off doubles and such. Yeah. And then bottom 4, David Fry, RBI double. 3 runs, score. Had bases loaded. He cleared all the bases. Yep. 5-0. A wild pitch by Gavin allowed 1 run to score in the top of the 5th. But then we would respond with a Martinez solo shot, making it 6-1. Kurtz would add a run in the top of the 8th, making it 6-2. Rocchio would respond with a sac fly, followed by a Martinez single, making it 8-2, and that would be it. Gavin was lights out. Smith, not the best. He's been kind of rocky since that game against the Tigers. And Junis actually didn't do bad either. So, overall, really damn good game from the Guardians here. What's up, B Squirrel says, well, the Dodgers are about to get swept. Yeah, the Milwaukee's actually good. Go Guardians. Yes, sir. We should have swept them. That would have been tough. Yeah. They better get 3 out of 4 against the O's at least. F2-2. Yeah, I would love 3 out of 4 for sure. They want to go into KC 52-50 or 51-51. Martinez is a lifesaver. Damn, the Brewers own the Dodgers. Gavin pitched a gem. Yeah, he did. That was a masterclass out of Gavin. The big rig was hauling tonight for sure. Yeah. So yeah, all right. So Sagano played us back in April, got the win. 7 innings of 5 hit, 2 run, 2 homers allowed. Yeah. Sagano. Yeah. We actually took 1 of 3 in that series. Yeah. Allen got the win in that series too, against Morton. Wow. That's crazy. But yeah, that was Allen Morton, Kramer Williams, and Sagano Bibee. Obviously, the new face we face here is Young. And they face Ciccone and Cantillo. Allen. They've already faced Allen and Bibee. So Cantillo and Ciccone. Now Cantillo on the other hand, he's 1-0 still. 4.17 ERA, 54 Ks. He stepped in 4.17 ERA, 54 Ks. He stepped in nicely in the place of Ben, right? Hauser got an RBI off of, and Mullins has a homer and an RBI in his 1 at bat against him. Now, Brandon Young, let's see how he's done this year. And then, of course, Cantillo. Obviously, we've never faced Brandon Young. But how about Joey Cantillo versus the Orioles? I'll be out of the bullpen if I had to guess. All right. So I don't need that anymore. Cantillo's coming off a no decision against the Sox. 5 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 6 Ks. And Brandon Young is coming off a loss where he got 9 hits, 7 runs, 4 Ks. Bro, swear to God, dude. They gotta send this dude to the cleaners, man. Come on, nah. We mash those kind of pitchers, man. Come on now, me. But yeah, Cantillo's 0-1 with a 7.20 ERA, 6 Ks, and 3 appearances. And the longest outing was last year, and 4 innings where he gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, and took a loss. The other 2 were coming out of the pen. Earlier, on April 16th, 1/3 of an inning, didn't give up a run or a hit out of the pen. And then, of course, we move on to, Logan Allen versus, I assume, Dean Kramer. Well, no, Bibee Sagano I did. Cantillo versus Young I did. Ciccone Morton. Yeah, Ground Chuck, we already faced him. But Slade, well, let's see how Chuck has done so far this year. Charlie Morton was the pitcher I believe we actually beat with Logan Allen. Yeah. All right. Now, of course, if you want to look at the link and, the history between these two. Okay, pull that up. Charlie Morton, old as hell. He's a fossil. Debuted in 2008. He's 41. And he's 3-1 in his last 7, though. But he's coming off a loss against Tampa where they shellacked him. 5 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs, 3 walks, 4 Ks. Slade, we just saw what he did. He freaking went out and damn near had a complete game against the A's. He's had back-to-back great outings against Houston and Oakland, Sacramento, Vegas. The Nomad A's. By the way, he only had 2 Ks against the A's, too. That's actually crazy, isn't it? Yeah. He only had 2 Ks. And they didn't come until late in the game. That's actually sad. Logan Allen against the O's. Well, he's 6-8, 4.06 ERA, 74 Ks. We just saw what he did. But against him, Kowser has a homer and an RBI. Henderson has a homer and 2 RBIs. And Stallings has an RBI. And Westberg has an RBI. So I don't... But they, of course, do have some other good hitters. O'Hearn, of course. Tyler O'Neill. I mean, Holiday. Henderson. Kowser. Should be an interesting one, that's for sure. Now, Logan Allen, of course, we already saw what he did. But he'll be facing off against Dean Kramer. See what old Dean Kramer's been up to. But yeah, Allen will face off against Kramer. Kramer's coming off a no decision against the Rays where he went 7 innings of 3 hit, 1 run, 3 walks, 6K ball. He's actually been pitching really, really good lately, too. Like I said, this team has been playing much, much better since they fired Brandon Hyde. That was earlier this year, too. Slade against the O's. Mullins, 1 homer, 3 RBIs, and that's it. Only 4 players have faced him. So that's really it. Yeah. But Logan, of course, coming off a loss to the A's. 5 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks. Didn't really get run support. And then it's like Vogt just gave up. Right? Sucks to see, but that's just the way it went. He's actually been pretty good. Hopefully he can keep it up. This is a big 4-game series that the Guardians need because, again, in my eyes, they need to go 9-4 to really make things interesting heading into the deadline. This 4-game series starting tomorrow will put them a week until the deadline. The series ends the week before the deadline, July 24th. Yep. So if they go 3-1 in this series, and they end up, 51-51, heading into Kansas City, that series might be the biggest one of the year so far. Because you're right on the fringe. Again, do I think we sweep these guys? No. I'll be shocked. But you never know. Play like that, and I think we can do it. The Guardians have all of a sudden been playing like they were early in the year. Remember? Because there was a time when Guardians fans were saying the season was over. And then they had their home opener And all of a sudden, this team couldn't figure out how to lose. They were winning a lot. Again, the highest there were above 500 were 7 games. Then that 10-game losing streak happened, and it's like they forgot how to freaking hit, score, and win. I think they figured out how to win again. Now just imagine what'll happen when Shane Bieber comes back. Eventually. That'll be fun. But yeah, that's going to pretty much do it, I think. I went over all 4 matchups. Bobby Sugano, Young and Cantillo, Ciccone Morton, and Allen and Kramer. Allen Kramer. Sounds like a Seinfeld character. So yeah, guys, with that being said, again, Logan 6-8, 4.06 ERA, 74 Ks. Slade 5-4 now, 3.84 ERA, 58 Ks. He's been playing much better. Offense has been supporting him, which is great. So let's keep it rolling. But with that being said, I'll see y'all later. And oh yeah, before I go, right? So I was setting this stream up. Okay? I was setting this stream up, checking Twitter. And tell me why I freaking saw this from our friend Demishi. Right? He said, he tweeted at some other fan, an O's fan apparently, talking about this, and I quote, "Hey, at whoever, I don't give a damn. I need a favor this upcoming week. Please humble Cleveland fans again by taking this series away from them so I can laugh at them right back." So he's insinuating Guardians fans are laughing at the Reds. I haven't seen it on Twitter. It's probably just that normal Cleveland troll job that he gets every once in a while. Everyone just trolls the hell out of him. All right? Oh, humble them. By the way, how is the supposed big dogs of Ohio doing, huh? How are the new Ohio Cup champions doing? I believe they did win the series over the Mets. Pretty good, right? Surely they're paying more attention to their teams over us, right? Of course, Dashy is still beyond butthurt over the Crew coming back and beating his precious FC Cincinnati. Talk about a clown over there, man. Dashy needs to paint his face, put a little red nose on it, a little squeaky nose. Eater. Because he acts like a clown, man. That's clown behavior. Hey, can you do me a favor and humble this fan base? You know, that'd be like me tweeting at freaking Nationals fans being like, hey, can y'all freaking kick the Reds' ass real quick? So I can laugh at them some more? Because they're feeble as hell. They're 4 games over 500. Congratulations. You still stink. You ain't winning the Central. I doubt they'll win the Central. I mean, they're 7.5 games out of first place. The Brewers are getting hot. They've won 10 in a row. They're right on the Cubs' heels, like we all expected. But all Dashy can do is hate from outside the club, because that's what he's good at. Hating from outside the club, because his teams can never get in. If you know what I'm saying, right? When it comes to the playoffs, his teams are always left outside in the cold and rain, while my teams have mostly been invited in. In fact, a couple of my teams have won the big one. Granted, one is my soccer team, which, I'll be real, I've only really just started taking soccer serious, really ever since the Haslams took over. Yeah. right before they won their second title. Because when they won the first one, I was still pretty young. I was barely into sports in general when they won their first one. But still, like I really wasn't a big soccer fan back then when they won their first. Then I heard the Haslam's were buying the Crew, and I was like, oh, all right, let me check these guys out. Turns out they're pretty good. Yep. But that's all Dashy can do. Hate from outside the club. Because his teams can never get in. That's tough. Astros are killing the Mariners 11-3. Yeah, I was watching that game a little bit. Freaking Mariners. They're good, but yeesh. Astros are a whole nother animal. And they're also injured to crap, too. So yeah, we're about a week away from the trade deadline. I might go live, but we'll see. For that, depends on what's going on around the league. But yeah, with that being said, guys, I'll see y'all in my next stream, which will probably be. Do I stream tomorrow or no? Ooh. I beat pitches tomorrow. Do I dare stream a Tanner Bibee start tomorrow? Part of me wants to. So I think I'm gonna take a break tomorrow. Yeah. I'm gonna let him show me something tomorrow. If he goes out there and pulls a Gavin that he did today, I'll be back streaming him next start. Most likely against Kansas City. It will be against Kansas City. Yeah. That'd be perfect. So yeah, that sets up perfectly. Right? If he cooks. But if he gets his ass kicked, I am not touching him for a while. Okay? Oh, wow, that sounded weird. I'm not going to be streaming a start of his for a while. So with that being said, I'll see y'all either tomorrow, maybe, or most likely I'll be back on Tuesday, and we'll see what happens. So with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Guardians. And I'm out. Bye-bye. Go Guards. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me the Guards. Keep winning. Winning is fun. Yeah. Bye-bye. Yeah. I forgot what winning felt like. It's addicting. It's like a drug. Just go, oh, I like winning. Yeah. Bye-bye. Yeah.